Hey everyone, it's my second stream today. I made my first video yesterday. Looking forward to making this one. That's got nice input from someone on YouTube about improving my mic level. So I've done that, figured out how to handle that. Mm, and yeah, let's do a flight for today. So yesterday we went from Porbandar to Rajkot. So today I want to see where we can go from Rajkot, right? So I'm generally flying around India. So I'm just picking the nearest airport to the airport that I am at, or I look for some interesting travel routes and I just fly there. So let me just switch to the uh, monitor. Right. So this is something that I figured out how to set up with the software, which is I can now switch views. So this is me, and this is the second monitor which you're seeing now. Yesterday I was showing this in a small screen at the bottom right corner, but now you can see it full screen, and yeah, you can see how I plan the flights as well. So like I said yesterday, we are on skyvector.com. It's what I use to plan my flights, and the pink line you see here and the airport Rajkot was from the previous journey which was done yesterday. So today we're gonna start from Rajkot. Let me just that set up. Right, so now we're at Rajkot, and let's see where we can fly it. This airport looks interesting. I'm going to just zoom in on this one. It's called Kandia. This is the first time I'm hearing about the names of these places myself, so uh, really interesting. I never knew these places before. So VAKE is the airport code. There we go. Route setup. So apparently Rajkot has its own music genre which is used for telling folk stories. Very interesting thing I read on Wikipedia. Kandia, I just read, is more or less a port, and yeah, the route looks interesting because we'll be flying across, I think, a few islands or little bits of land in between the sea there. That's the Gulf of Kutch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think we'll have some good scenery here. Okay, so yeah, let's get started with flight. Let me know if my microphone levels are better this time. Uh, I I'm actually using my laptop microphone now, but I've added a noise suppression filter to it. So I think that's what's making it sound nice. Ironically, my microphone doesn't sound as good. So yeah, whatever works. Yeah, Rajkot sounds good. Do we have any parking spots? Nope. Looks like we're going to start on the center of the runway again. Is there a ramp? Ah, there's really nothing. Okay. All right. Let me switch the view over so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, and you can see me at the bottom left corner and the screen where we've set up the flight in the bottom right corner. Okay. ARK. Let me just check if Explain has this airport which we were talking about. VAKE. Yeah, we do. Oh, looks like it's Kandla, not Kandia. Okay. Flying at. Oh, this is going to be a night flight. Okay. Never comfortable with that. I think I'll make this uh, daytime. I'll make this evening. That's what it's like right now, actually. Yeah. So it should be good. Funny how 6:26 UTC, 21:26 local, and it's still not dark there. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. This was right. I've never really flown X-plane in these colors. I think it's dusk. Must be fun. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so we're starting off at VARK, which is Rajkot. Go for it. So I've also got a very nice input that I should be reducing the video length. So what I'm going to do is live stream this flight, but then I'll also be cutting out and editing different parts of it and putting it up so you can get like specific tutorials. So maybe just a video on how to start up the engine of the Kandla C90B, or maybe another video which just talks about the different checklists, so I think I'm going to start, once I record these videos live stream, then I'll also edit them and put shorter versions. For those who don't want to look at an entire flight, might be a little boring for a lot of people. Yeah, but for a live stream, I think it's good. Tune in and watch me flying somewhere, right? Not bad. And I can't really edit a live stream, can I? So, yep, if you're tuned in, you're stuck with me for 1.5 hours. Don't kill the browser. Okay, not the kind of situation I was expecting, right? So let me just change some of these parameters. This is not good. I don't want to fly in the night. I'm really not that good yet. If I can configure the time, I decided to do this. I don't know why. Make it. Okay, fine. No. What? I can't get dusk. That's really bad. Let's do 6:30 in the morning. Much better. I like this. I like how this looks. Okay. Operational speeds. Let's start prepping our plane. Let's just step outside and look for a bit. Let's see how. This is really nice. Really like how it looks. The good thing is, since this is morning, I think as we fly, it's going to get brighter, which is much better for me. Good. Start the engines. No, not start the engines. We're going to start up a few things. Get the battery going. Landing lights. Always takes time. Another landing light. Taxi lights. Navigation lights. Beacon. Strobe. Okay, put the flags down so that we can check it in the exterior inspection. All right, let's do the exterior inspection. Okay, my beacons look good. Strobe is nice on the back of the craft. Got a nice white navigation light. Okay, flaps are down on both sides of the craft. It's good. Strobe is fine. I've got the orange or the amber navigation light. All my lights are looking good. Yeah, navigation lights and strobe fine on the right side as well. Need to check the cabin door. Cabin door. Yep, locked. Nice. Okay, so need to test our controls now. Do a quick test. Yep, aileron's looking good. Rudder, I can't really see from here. Right, being a flight sim, I thought you don't really need to check this, right? Because it's always working, right? Let me just check the elevator as well. But the funny part was one day, for some reason, my joystick was misconfigured. And guess what? The controls really didn't work. The ailerons were kind of skewed to the left. And wow, I just realized that you can't really skip such inspections even in a flight simulator. All right, let's go through this really fast. Exterior inspection, power levers. Yep, it's idle on the joystick. Propeller levers and condition levers all in the right position. Right there. All switches. Let's get that. Let's get it. Okay. Looking good. Let's turn off the caution and the warning. Batteries on. Fuel quantity is looking good right here. Yeah, right there. That you can see better. Okay. Let's fire up the engines. I'm gonna go really fast on this checklist. Let's go. We've got the inverter, right engine ignition on, uh, right condition lever. Oops. Okay, there we go. Right condition lever is looking good. Pull up. There we go. Propeller rotating. Oh, it's getting brighter already. This is nice. I like this. We're going to be flying around in one color, and then we're going to start changing, and it's going to start getting brighter. This is nice. I like it. Okay. Yeah, engine temps are good, and so is the RPM. We've hit the target RPMs already. Let me quickly turn this off. My yokes off as well. All right. Right condition lever needs to go all the way to the top. Oil pressure looks good, and the RPM looks good. All right. Right generator. Oh, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much. Seriously. Let's go back to low idle. Good. Right engine ignition off. Left engine ignition on. Auto ignition. And let's get the engine start switch here. Nice. Getting temperature on the engine. Yeah, we are already getting temperature on the engine. And we are heading up to 52 RPMs. Yeah. All right. Shut it off. Good. Let's pull the left condition lever all the way to the top. Both condition levers actually, because I really don't know how to control individual levers and explain, and I don't want to use the mouse to do that. Right? It's just really cumbersome. Okay, turbine RPMs, oil pressure looking good. Left generator, okay, looking good. Left condition lever, bring it back to low idle. Okay, auto ignition off. Engines nice and started up. Flaps retracted. Lights. As usual, I'm going to turn everything on. Full brightness. Everything except the labels. Oops. Oh my. I didn't know it could get me that level of zoom, really. I mean, I think you can zoom all the way to the bacteria here. Okay, let's get this one. This guy is going to be nice, very nice. Right. Give me everything right. Nice. Right. Go for it. Okay, nice and right. Okay. Done with that. Lights, radios. Okay, I'm gonna go to the VAK airport. My VARK will be fine. Will be set up fine. So, yep, Kandla. Oops, I think I just lost the VRDME. Really funny. I swear I saw one. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll have to fly without a VOR. That's fine, in which case we'll just leave the radio VORDME at the frequency of Rajkot itself. And that's what we've got. Well, let's just set up a flying direction anyways. It's going to be 323, is it 320, 322? 322. So we won't really be lining up to the runway, so I'll be using the GPS. This guy, let me show you this guy now. Yeah, that's the GPS, nice and clear now. You can see it very clearly. That's what I'm going to be using to check how we are doing, where we are in flight. Okay, 322 set. Okay, all right. Radios, that's the best I can do. Let's request for clearance now. All right. Altimeter.
November 4-3 X-ray Sierra Victor Alpha Alpha Hotel altimeter 2992.
Okay, altimeter 2992.
Victor Alpha Alpha Hotel altimeter 2992. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Okay, let's file the flight plan. You can see it much more clearly now. BARK to BAKE. Let me confirm that just once. Yeah. BAKE. We're flying a distance of 61 nanometers, so I think we can stick to 7,000 in flight. Okay, no waypoints, nothing. Just gonna fly direct. Should I be requesting clearance? Yes, I should.
November 4-3 X-ray Sierra 3rd IFR 2 Victor Alpha Kilo Echo as filed. Maintain 7,000.
Let me set that altitude up.
000.
Oh, read back the transmission. Never forget to read back the transmission.
Victor Alpha Kilo Echo as filed. Maintain 7,000. Squawk 4700. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for this to happen. Sorry, guys. Okay, done. Done and done. Okay, let's request taxi now. Or do we have to do anything else? Let me just check. Yep, no. We've got the before takeoff checklist. That we'll do just before we line up with the runway. Alright, request taxi.
X-ray Sierra runway 5 taxi via 5
Hold short of 5. Runway 5, taxi via 5, hold short of 5. That's what we're gonna do.
Runway 5, taxi via 5, hold short of 5, November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Alright. So let's switch over to the flight screen. You can see the arrows now being lit up. Let me fly along that. Fly, roll along that. That would be the right way to put it. Moving. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly switch to another light screen that I have. Oh, that looks nice. I really like it. Looks like we're gonna see the sun rise as we fly. That's gonna be interesting. I think that's why my cockpit is suddenly lit up all yellow right now. Sun that's just coming. Brilliant. Runway lights look nice as well. Runway? No, taxi base. My frame rate's down pretty bad. I really don't know why. Please don't be this low. Because of the sure, is it because of my encoding software? Don't know. But it's pretty bad right now. My guess is it's all the trees and stuff that it's rendering right now. It's hard for me to imagine that it's the lighting. Okay. Lots of funny looking stuff here. Parking spots. I think they're just kind of jutting into the taxiway for some weird reason. I want to explain. Going nice and slow. This isn't the runway, it's the taxiway. Don't forget that. Remember when I was initially flying flight sims? Oh my goodness. The number of times I've landed on the taxiway, the number of times I've screwed things up, quite a lot actually. And interestingly, I started flight simming in the days of like DOS and Flight Simulator 4 and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. All you saw of the runway was more or less just like a bunch of lines. That's pretty much all it was. But it was still good enough to fly. I never figured out then that you lose altitude by reducing power, not by pitching the plane's nose down. I mean, you can, but that's not the right way to lose altitude. You end up coming too fast, especially when you're diving down to the runway. That's really not the way. What you do is you control your power. You don't control pitch so much as you control your power. Okay. Start right here. Let's get the plane configured for takeoff. Condition levers go to full idle. Trim. Oops. Get the trim going real quick. Fast. Okay. Trim is at 5. Right. Flaps 1. Oops. Did I push it too much? I did. Autopilot is off. Okay, we're good to go.
3 X-ray Sierra, fly heading 050, runway 5, clear for pickup.
Forgot to read back the transcription, bad boy.
050, runway 5, clear for takeoff.
Okay, let's go. Let's climb into the skies. Nice lighting. These look great. And it looks gorgeous actually. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Just line up here real quick and okay. Get ready. Okay, brakes are on. Final checks, propeller, etc. I don't know. I suddenly forgotten. Okay, I'm supposed to go heading 5. I've set that up on my plane. Nice. Everything looks good. I missed the pen and paper. Setting up pen and paper right now. You really need this for the flights. Okay. And we just switch to the flight screen here so you can get a full view of the plane. And let's roll. Okay. It's off. Start rolling. I'm going to increase the thrust to around 1000 knots. 1000 knots. Oops. Nice. And we're rolling. We'll be looking out for V0. V0. V1, rotate. Oh my god, we got a plane again. Yeah, I think every... Yeah. Okay, we're nice and up. Gear up. Yeah, the climb is starting to look good, so flaps up. And we're going to hold it with the autopilot right now. Okay, let's set it up. Heading, altitude, your damper. Nice. Now, we need climb power. Oh, there's the sun rising on the right. And this is nice. Okay, contact center on 135.905. We're going up very fast. I need to cut the power down just a bit. Check in with the controller. Everything looking nice right now. Altimeter 2992. Okay. Let's turn off the landing lights. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Turn off the taxi lights. Don't need them anymore. We've got climb power. 320. Alright. Okay, resume on navigation. 320. We're at 360. That's north. That's 0. 320 looks like we're coming up in the direction that we want to fly. Nice. 320. Like we're heading straight to the airport then. Okay, done with that. Let me get some of the other stuff done. Okay, engine instruments look good. I need to reduce my propeller down to 2000 RPMs. I think it's not okay right now. No. Okay. Something is not right. Yeah, we got it. Good. Funny. Okay, I mean really fast. We dial down the just a bit. We need 140 knots for our climb. Best rate of climb. We're doing 320. Hitting, that's good. So I'm gonna take that off on my sheet. Looks very nice. Thanks. Sun. I'm gonna get a shot of my plane in the sun. Oh, we suddenly don't have the sun. There we go. Alright. Let me see if I can get. Ah, nice. Right. Good. You might see it on my. You might see it as a cover photo on the video soon. Okay, climb tower is set. We've got our propellers down to 2000 RPM. The feather is off. Standby fuel pumps is off. Landing taxi lights off. Okay, we're done with the checklists. Keep the checklist down actually. Very good. It's nice and hidden away right now. Okay, looking good. What we're going to do is fly up to 7000. We've got that on our pilot. The last flight I forgot to arm the altitude, and so we flew a little about 7000 feet before we came back. I'm making that mistake again. 5000 feet. Wow, we are going up it. No, it's just wavering between 1000 and 1500 feet a minute. A lot of water bodies coming up ahead, or is it the sea? We have to see it. No, it doesn't look like we're at the sea. We're going to be crossing the sea in this flight. That's for sure. Oh my god. Really like how the plane looks. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, nice. Alright. Yeah, you're watching me do promotions as well as flying the plane. Yep, 1000 below the altitude that we need. Looking at the engine gauges once more, everything looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. turbine.
Number
Close
01 X-ray pop.
to the red
Heading
line.
070.
Plane seems okay. Oh, looks like we need a little more juice. Alright. Okay. Little below 2000 RPM. Just a bit. Nice. Very nice. Really like how the cockpit lights up in the morning. I think I'm gonna do morning flights from now. Lighting seems so much better, and I get to see things. First flight I tried doing was actually in the night. It was all pitch black. I couldn't even find the battery switch. Not good. I think Explain needs a torchlight function. You need to be able to turn on a torchlight inside the cockpit to identify some of the switches, I think. Flying at 320. Oh, and we're flying level. Nice. My power set to 1000 Newton square. I think that's fine. Looks great. We should hit 180 knots very quickly. You can see that the ADF gauge, the arrow is actually pointed backwards. That's because we're using the Rajkot POR. So yeah, not really the best way to line up with the runway, but usually the ATC directs you. So at Rajkot, I had some difficulty identifying the airport. Hopefully this airport is easier to find. Maybe there are enough lights there to help me see it better.
Number 01 X-ray pop. And then maintain flight level 0.
So as you go higher, actually it gets tougher to see the land, but as you go closer to the land, it gets easier to see. Do not get nervous about not being able to see much stuff below. Once you hit 2000 feet above the ground, you can see everything. Just going to do a bunch of sanity checks here. My landing gear is up. Sarah. So, goodness. Yaw dampers looking nice actually. One of the smoothest takeoffs I've done.
Number
Everything in order.
Fly heading 320. Heading 0 November 03 X-ray Papa. Number 3 X-ray. Fly heading 30. Heading 30 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Plane is going a bit slow for me. Okay, let me use this time to show you how the GPS works. Oops. No, yeah, we can. Right, so we've got the heading which we're going in right now here. This is the communication frequency that we're on. This is the VOR, it's 115.4 for Rajkot. See the distance here, it's 17.6 nautical miles. And this is the radial we've set up, 332. And VOR is RKT, Rajkot. So the other mode I like to use in this kind of flying is there is an inner page, there is a inner dial. Yeah, this is the other view where I can see pretty much how I line up with the runway and where we're traveling with respect to the runway. I'll show it when we land. Yeah, otherwise this pretty much has everything. In fact, you can even program the flight here. If you're doing the flight using the flight management system, you can use that through this little GPS. I'll cover it in more detail later. Maybe we can cover some of it now. Let's see. We're gonna go to flight. I think I'll cover it later. I'm a bit nervous that I'll go to a screen and I won't know how to get back. Let's not do that. Okay. So I fly my plane in a 3 monitor setup. One monitor is what I'm using to live broadcast. I'm looking at the software there. The main monitor is the plane, and the monitor to the side. That's why you see me looking to the side every now and then. That's the little monitor you see on the right here. You're getting to see the sea. We're getting to see the sea. Nice from here, actually. It's very nice, actually. And that's the nice thing about flying in more scenic routes. Guys, it can get boring. Oops, did I turn on the right? Okay. All good. Flying at 190 knots. Bit on the higher side, but I don't mind. We'll reach there faster. 24.5 knots, so we've got 5 few kilometers to cover. Nautical miles, not kilometers. Still getting used to aircraft lingo. So, yeah, just doing another check once more. Looking at the engine instruments as well. I think, oh, we are at cruise, so we should bring down the propeller to 1900 RPM. Yes, looks nice. Everything else looks nice. So I'm going to check off on the cruise. Done here. Okay, one thing I want to explain a bit about how the navigation works, right? So how the navigation works. So what you're looking at here, the orange arrow, and also the blue colored arrow here. Let me just switch the mode so you can. So here in compass mode, you can see the dotted line. That's the ADF. So the ADF always points directly to where it is, right? Where the radio beacon is. So it's like if you want to fly, crow flies, like from here right now to where to Rajkot, you would go in that direction, right? VOR is a little more interesting. So what happens with the VOR is it lines you up in a certain direction away or to the radio beacon, right? So right now you can see this. Now let me switch back. You can see the green arrow here, right? Oops, I'm sorry, I put you on the wrong screen, didn't I? Okay, so this cyan line is the ADF, right? Let me just switch this and show this to you again. This is the. I'm sorry. 320 and down to 5000. Okay. Let's get that going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get the power down a bit. Just shooting off. Alright. Get that done. We want to go down to 5000. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Like I didn't know how to count. Okay, let's arm the altitude. We're still flying a little fast. Let me cut that power just a bit more. And we're descending. I didn't change the heading because the heading was 320 again. So this is something I don't like with the ATC. They sometimes repeat the same direction. You get all confused and try to change it. Happens with the altitude as well. Okay, have I armed the altitude? Yes, I'm on the altitude. I'm going to check that off as well. Double check on the altitude arm from now on. Got the inner annunciator panel on top of this region. That shows me all the different kinds of warnings based on stuff. Even get a like nice little orange warning when my plane isn't configured for landing. And I took a lot of time one day and realized that it was because I was leaving my the yaw damper on, and apparently I'm not supposed to do that. Sometimes you get the orange when the propeller isn't uh, set back to full. You get a lot of indications here, whether the generator's working, your inverter's on, auto feathering, auto ignition, everything shows up here, and that's really nice because you just have to glance at it to figure out if something is wrong or not. Of course, modern aircraft, better aircraft than this, they take it a step further. You've got these nice digital displays which shows every gauge, and the gauges are marked in yellow, red, and green and orange. And pretty much the checklist just says look at the engine instruments and ensure that nothing is in the orange or red, right? Which is like super, but I kind of like flying in these. We'll wait for her to finish. Yeah, so I kind of like flying in these slightly more retro aircraft or the propeller planes because they kind of give you that opportunity to really play with the machinery and understand the machinery, right? You take something like a jet, and there's really nothing much to do. It pretty much flies itself. I mean, once you're off the ground, you hit the autopilot, and then you're going to do an ILS approach. It's going to take you up to 80 feet above the runway without you having to do anything. I like flying this aircraft because of that, because it gives you that opportunity to kind of, there's an engine mixture, there's a propeller, there's a bunch of stuff to balance, and that makes it interesting. Makes it interesting. Okay, we leveled off. Let's increase the power. I can see the runway coming in the GPS now. Let me show that to you. Can you see that? That's the nice little pink dot right there. I can even see the runway. It's actually horizontal. I think it's so we're going to be doing either 90 or 270. Looks like. Uh, yeah, that's what it is. Scenery is. Oh, okay. Now I know why I got the wrong screen for you, because I switched beforehand. Okay. Wow. And we get to see the sun. Oh, you get everything, including reflections. Wow. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, can I do a silhouette? Do a silhouette. Yeah, this is good enough. God, I love the reflection of the sun on the wings. Very nice. Oh, I need to. Ah, that's the angle we need. Right. Back to the plane. We are actually in descent. I should be careful right now. Okay, 44 nautical miles. We're around 20 nautical miles away from the airport. GPS says 35 nautical miles, but I don't see things coming into the gauge unless they're like around 20, less than 25 nautical miles. So it says 35 nautical. I'm not sure if it's just the range, but it's not that it's going to be inside. Oh, let me turn on the yoke here. Make it a little. Oh, it's getting nice and bright now. This is a really nice time to fly. Okay, so nah, I'll save the VOR discussion for later. But let me give you a brief idea. One of the beacons, that's the ADF beacon, That just takes you straight as the crow flies to a certain destination. But the VOR will take you along a certain direction to that point. Like you can fly in northeast to the same point, instead of just flying to the point. The point, by the point here, I mean the place where the radio beacon is. And the advantage to that is when you have to do things like line up to the runway, right? Um, and even when you're flying, you want to ensure that you're in a direction away from a certain location, right? You could be flying in the same direction parallelly, right? But what the VOR ensures is that you're always flying in the same line and you know in a certain direction from that particular radio beacon, and that's what really makes it special. Uh, very useful on a flight, and yeah, sure, we got ATC now, so they're vectoring us around pretty fine. But without that, you really need to use just the instruments to do this. I think I want to do this. I think I should do this in the flight. All right. 230 and 2000. Okay. 230. First, let me get. Okay, cut the power. Looking good. Gonna go down to. We're gonna do 230. Yeah, descend and maintain 2000. You want me to go to 230, right? Okay, let's go to 230. That looks right. Okay. Better set the altitude real quick here. I'm not able to set the altitude. Fast. I need to set it to 2000. And I need to fly heading 230. Important I get both of the things right. Our speed is not bad, but I think it's a little low. I could go faster, that's fine. Oh my goodness. Get distracted with one thing and this is what happens. Luckily we have a long way to go. 2000 not going to come so easy quickly. But let me not delay this further. I got a tad nervous there, I should have. Altitude is armed, and we're flying at 230, not bad. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to tick it off on my sheet. Yeah, altitude is armed. This looks nice. I really like the scenery around here. Got a comment that I should be improving on that. Here there are some nice plugins to improve the scenery. I'm going to check that out. 140 November 01 X-ray Papa. Beautiful. I could descend a little faster. It's probably why we were going fast too. We cut the power a bit so we stay at 180. We're going perpendicular to the runway. Interesting, we may be turned around for the middle. Now this is where the GPS really gets in handy. Let me quickly show that to you. Right, I'm going to now change the mode on the GPS. Yep. Okay. Like we're going to be landing on runway 9. We're going in the exact opposite direction of the runway right now. Let me actually set that up with my viewer. visually. Let me set that up visually. Oh boy, had to be in the wrong direction, right? Sec that, sec that. Yes. Yes.
Number 02,
Good.
X-ray, Papa, Oscar, Papa, Kilo, Charlie,
So
altimeter 2992.
now we have some rough idea about what to do.
Charlie, altimeter 2992. Number
So
02, X-ray, Papa.
Rajkot is this directly to our west right now. Our west, actual west. Let me just check the. Okay, this is nice. Let me switch back to the flight screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to leave my video on for the landing so that you can see any tension on my face. I'm picking up traffic, so it's going to be a lot of noise from the ATC chatter, as they like to call it. I like this. I think we're going to be going along the sea and landing. Good. I don't know if you'll get a sun glare. I always get a sun glare when I drive around. So that's the nice thing about going around different airports and different sceneries and different. You never know what you get hit by.
Number 01, X-ray, Papa. Heading
Level off.
0, descend and maintain 7.
I'm gonna push up the power.
7000, number 01, X-ray, Papa.
Ooh, going 900? I think so.
3, X-ray, Sierra, fly heading
320. Alright, 320.
Heading 30, November 43, X-ray, Sierra.
Okay, so basically being pushed around the runway. I can show that in the map to you. 320. Alright. 300 coming up. Once we have the altitude, it's always so much easier to just move the heading around. But sometimes the ATC gives you the direction and the altitude, and then you've got to really struggle a bit to get things in order. And when that comes when you're landing, oh my god. Yeah, you should have a look at my previous flight to see what went wrong with my landing. Plane literally just veered off the direction. I forgot to set the heading in the autopilot because I had to take off while landing. Basically, I had a clearance that was cancelled. Not cool. Not cool at all. I don't know if the real ATC does this. It'd be pretty scary, but I did see a few videos which showed cancelled takeoffs right after the plane pushed back and they were on the roll, takeoff roll. They had their takeoff cancelled and they had to like hit their brakes. There was I think it was an incident. I'm pretty sure cancelling a takeoff when the plane is rolling is, I mean, rolling on the runway. Right? Yeah. If I remember the CVR recording correctly, the pilot was pretty shaken. They had hot brakes, they had to wait for the brakes to cool down. I have the wake tower, WVAK. I have the wake tower on my list. We're pretty close to the airport. Oh yeah, we should be. Yes, we'll be turned around very soon to line up with the runway. I'm gonna start. Yeah, first thing I want to do is we'll cut the power a bit to get to 160 knots. We want to be doing high speeds close to the runway.
Number 3, X-ray, Sierra, fly heading
020. So?
Heading 020, November 43, X-ray.
That's pretty much my indication to start getting things set up for landing. It's not that we will land, but it's good to have the plane set up in that configuration beforehand. You don't want to fumble around in the last minute, especially not at landing. Okay, I have turned my heading. I'm going to start running through the checklist. Okay, we're nice and level. I'm going to start with the standby fuel pumps. Not going to touch the landing gear and stuff yet, but I will bring down the flaps. When you're at 160 and you bring down the flaps, you need to lose just a little bit of power here. You go down to around 140, and when you deploy the landing gear, you'll come down to 120. That's the approach speed for this aircraft. So I saw this on an explain forum. Some really nice guy mentioned it. Also, I got the engine RPM levels for different stages of the flight from the explain forum. So it's full right at the beginning, then climb is 2000 RPM, and cruise is 1900. And just before landing, you push the propellers to full so that in case you need to take off again, you can handle it. Okay, everything's looking nice. You can see that our speed is approaching 140 there. This might be a good landing. I hope it is. I think I'll also turn on my landing lights. For sure we'll be landing. Taxi lights could go on later. Okay, established at 140 knots. Hope so. Still climbing down a bit. Let me just give it a bit of juice.
Number 3 X-ray Sierra, flight heading 50.
050. You need to report the field in sight. Okay. Straight where the arrow leads us. Okay. And if I see the runway, I'm going to report it and start prepping for landing. So we can see the runway. The problem, see, I don't have my ADF gauge. So not really say. Ah yeah, spotted it. Very hazy. Very hazy.
November
Oh my goodness.
X-ray Sierra.
Anyway, let me get the landing gear deployed. Landing lights are on. Taxi lights as required, and the propeller and other things I'll worry about later, not right now. Okay. Oops. Ah, there's my field. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be not very good. Alright. I'm going to start landing. Turn off the autopilot first. Okay. And start going towards the airport. I'm going to reduce the power a bit to get my desired power levels. Oh boy. So hard to see it. So hard to see it. Yeah, can you see that? Such a small thing right there. That's why we're going to be flying in. At this zoom level, it's hard for me. Okay, I'm going to cut the power just a bit. Yeah, I am with you, sir. Yeah. Looking okay. We're hitting 120 knots. That's the speed we need for approach. Oh my goodness. So every flight brings its challenges. In this case, you can hardly see the runway. I guess it's the morning fog. Going a little below. Ah, cool. cool. I'm going to increase the power just a bit. Every time I look back at the windscreen, it's taking me time to find where the aircraft, where the runway is. Really, I think this is unless. Clear to land. You see the little RWS not ready here? That's because of two things. One is my yaw damper. I'm going to fix right away. The second thing is going to be my propeller, but I'm going to do that only. Okay. Like I said, every landing comes with a challenge. This one looking nice so far. Yeah, there we go. Getting the nice little trapezoid that I need to get. Now we just have to keep the runway at the exact same spot on the windshield. That's what we do to ensure that we land bang on the runway. Okay, still not committed, so I'm not going to. Oh, there she is, such a beauty. Like how she looks. Talking about the runway. Okay. Nice, I'm going to commit at this point. Got my flaps level up one more, we should get down to 100 with that. And I'm going to push the propeller all the way forward. That's going to get my warning off. Exactly what happened. Just that. That little bit of adjustment. And we've lost the alignment of the runway. Pretty strange. I need to cut power just a bit more. Looking nice at this point. Looking nice. Gonna cut power a little bit more. This aircraft is not landed on idle. What you do is you reduce the power and then you kind of bring the plane down. And that's when you actually, oh man, oh boy. Yeah, now I cut the power. That's the right way to do this. I think we were a little below our speeds. Should have let it be there because in the end, when you flare, the speed decreases a little bit more. Well, they say that a good landing is a landing you can walk out of. Okay. Okay. Full shot of runway 5. That means we're not getting a parking spot here either. Alright, let me start with my after landing checklist. Cut the power quite a bit. Let's get the condition lever down, otherwise it's going to be difficult to control the aircraft. Landing and taxi lights as desired, we want them off. Get that. Okay. Auto feather is off. Standby fuel pumps. About time we got them down. Auto ignitions. It's funny that the checklist has this, but there's really no instruction anywhere that tells you to actually turn on the auto ignition. So I really don't know. I guess it's turned on before you land actually. I need to check that. I need to verify that. Elevator trim flaps. Okay, I can do the flaps right now. Okay. I could do the flaps right. Just like the last time, I'm just going to park the aircraft to the side of the taxiway. Yep, if I just keep following the ATC instructions, I'm going to just come back to the runway. Pretty pointless stuff. Okay, so let's park right about here. Okay. Done, Navi. Done we are. Waiter down to 0. Let me run through this really quick. Flaps are up already. Transponder off. Transponders off. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna shut off the aircraft now. So, bye bye nav lights. Beacon, probe, and let's kill the engines. Okay. So, that was a fun flight. Fairly in control. I remember there was a point when I started talking to you and the speed went down a bit, but I didn't hear the beep either. Only thing, oh, parked in the sand a bit here. Happens. Shouldn't happen as often, but looks like it's nice bright daytime right now. We had a nice yellow cockpit when we started, but now it's nice and bright. Oh, some power lines in the background there. Do I get to see the sun? Oh, I do get to see the sun, but it's not as much fun anymore. All right, oil pressure has dropped yet. Should be dropping any moment now. Yep, and engine's almost stopped. Yeah, got my fuel pressure warning. I'm gonna turn off the inverter now and turn off battery. Yep. I really like how the aircraft looks. You know? This is really nice compared to flight gear. The aircraft look so much nicer on X-Wing. So does the scenery actually. And I'm on minimal detail, so it's not bad. Pretty good. Okay, that was the flight. Thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be posting videos of this, edited videos to show you the different checklists, and I'll also be putting a shorter version of this flight as well so that you can see it really fast. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for watching the flight. Bye.